Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om. Welcome to this 41st week episode of Vision of Vedanta. You might be saying I'm doing it every day, but still I'm calling it week because it is happening every Sunday. Throughout Navaratri, we did not have for the 3 Sundays, and so that's what happened. These 3 days, and from tomorrow until Sunday, we will have the 3 episodes of Atma Bodha, as there will not be this Atma Bodha for 15 days I'm away. So this today's verse number 44. Atma tu satatam prapto apyapraptavad avidyayam apyapraptavad avidyayam tannashe praptavad bhati swakantha bharanam yatham swakantha abharanam yatham. We always had this experience of having the key in the pocket or wearing the glasses on the eyes or wearing the necklace on the neck or the chain, searching for the glasses, searching for the key or searching for the necklace. In modern day example, it is the having the mobile phone in the hand and searching for the phone here and there. Swakantha bharanam yatha. In the same way, we have it with us and yet we search. In the same way, Atma tu satatam praptaha. This Atma or I is always attained. Praptaha api apraptavat avidyaya. Because of our ignorance means because of our clouded thinking, because of the distractions of thoughts in the mind, apraptavat, it looks like as if I have not attained it. The consciousness or awareness which is casting its reflection on my thought, with which I see everything, I understand everything, that consciousness which casts its reflection on the thought is I. And that is there even before the thought. But still, I keep searching for it without knowing that what it is and where it is. Tannashe, when this avidya is gone, tannashe praptavat bhati. When avidya is gone, wow, now I'm aware of this consciousness as if it has been attained. It has not been attained, it was always there. Praptavat bhati swakantha abharanam yatha. Just like the jewel in the neck, which I've been agitatedly searching because I felt it is lost. And somebody comes and points out and says, it is on your neck, what are you searching? So in the same way, this Atma is always there. This Atma is there as I. The feeling of I, this Atma is there. But I feel like as if I don't have it. In the sense, in If the room is very messy, if some place is very untidy, our thoughts will go on cleaning up everything, tidying up everything, arranging everything. And then, after everything has been kept in place and the room is neat and clean, we will not think about other things in the room. We will just think, okay, what next can I do? What do I need to do right now? And what is the work that I can engage in? We may even sit in meditation because there's nothing that attracts our attention outside. And when everything outside has been removed, there is a temporary freedom, and that freedom, we can even sit quietly to look within and turn within. So, just like that, Abharanam, the jewel, the necklace, which appears missing because I am not aware. In the Panchadashi, it's a very famous shloka. Avicharo avicharakrito bandha vicharena nivartate. Bandha or bondage is caused because of avichara, lack of thought, lack of reflection, lack of discrimination between who am I and what is not I. Even when we are searching for something, for a moment, if you just take time to take a couple of deep breaths and then you reflect on who am I, what we search, actually, even if it's in a material plane, what we search, we will find it easily. It has happened many times also. We may be searching for something, searching, and not finding it at all. Then we just drop our search and go to sleep. And then, fresh after sleep, when we wake up, we just remember where we kept it. We open the cupboard, we go to that place, and it is there. So that is the same process. Why we discovered that? Because all the thoughts of searching, all the action of searching, it produces a muddle of thoughts in our head. Then all the thoughts of searching, the frustration of searching, the inability of searching, everything goes away in the state of sleep. I don't know. And in that state, we are energized. And when we get up, the thought of where it is there, once it happened to me actually, that was a time when I started practicing yoga, pranayama in 2000, when I was working in the office. I was wearing a Rudraksha mala, and by some means, I don't know how, the Rudraksha mala got entangled. And for a long time, I was trying to remove it. Nothing was happening, it was not coming, it was only getting more tighter. I didn't want to break the beads by trying very hard. So I just left it. Actually, I was in office at that time. I didn't try very hard, I just left it. I was attending to my other work, and I am just walking down the exit, and this thought is coming in my mind. Put the mala this way, it will untangle. The thought came. I didn't think much, I didn't see the mala. Just accordingly, I reversed the flow of that mala, and the knot came out. So the knot was actually not there. I was not able to remove the knot. So, pun is not intended, but it is coming. I was not able to remove the knot, but because my mind became quiet and I became meditative, the answer for that solution came as a thought, and when I implemented that answer, the solution happened. In the same way, we are frantically searching for the Atman outside in many places, many objects, and many things, not knowing that it is always within us. But when we become quiet, we will find the Atman within us, just like how our own necklace, which we have been searching, which is on our neck, we have found it. Sthanau Purushavad Bhrantyam Krita Brahmani Jivita Jivasya tatvike rupe tasmin drishte nivartate sthanau. There is a pillar in the night, maybe in some old pillar nearby in some places we can have, and we are going there in that darkness of the night, in the shadow of the night. That pillar is appearing like a man, Purushavat. How is it appearing? Bhrantya. All this happens to children very easily. When we are going very fast and the shirt collar is flapping against the neck in the wind, we feel like as if, especially if it is, there are some places in Chennai, even in the city, it looks like as if you're going through a forest. Like for example, the Besant Nagar, Besant Avenue road is there. Then there is another road in Perambur. I do not know the name of the road. It is in the railway quarters line. It's a very, very beautiful road in Perambur, surrounded by trees and railway quarters on either sides. That road is also very dark, like a forest. It will be when you travel through that, you will get the feeling of you traveling in a forest. And when your shirt collar is just flapping, you will feel, my God, you will suddenly there'll be a fear because there is a thought that there is a ghost. In the same way, this fear is not actually controlled by our mind. This fear is a very ancient fear. This fear is very, very, very ancient because the brain is always tuned in to protect this body. And that is how we have successfully come here, because the bodies of all our ancestors have been protected by this brain against all kinds of dangers, and because they have been protected, we are present here today. So this, the job of the brain is to protect the body. When the brain signals danger like darkness, coldness of the forest, the thick green trees, the presence of wild animals, probably the brain will signal thoughts of fear in us. So even if we enter into a room and you know that there is a rat in that room, and in midnight when you have to enter the kitchen and you really see the rat, even though you have studied Vedanta, even though you are contemplating, the initial reaction of the body is to give goosebumps out of fear. So sthanau purushavat bhrantya. The whole purpose of Vedanta practice, nididhyasanam, is to bring that knowledge and settle that knowledge in the body so that this kind of fear doesn't come. Abhaya pratishtham vindate. We are fearless because now the body has got that knowledge. Now only the intellect is having the knowledge. When we are going on reflecting and reflecting, the mind will start getting the knowledge. And when we sit quietly in meditation, the body will get the knowledge of that consciousness, and the body will be conscious. The body will become aware. When the body becomes aware, we don't need to worry about anything in life. There's nothing to fear. Until that happens, until that ignorance is there in the body and the mind, sthanau purushavat bhrantya. Out of delusion, this mind is thinking, looking at the pillar and thinking it is a man. Krita Brahmani Jivita. In the same way, the pillar is Brahman, this I, which has got nothing to do, nowhere to go, it has got no work to do. It just is. That is the pillar. Like how the pillar is there, this Brahman is there. In that isness of Brahman, Jivata, like the jivahood, the life, the individuality is superimposed on the Brahman, not here, not there. In this place where we are, in this, within this body, the jivahood is superimposed on the Brahman, jivasya tatvike rupe. But when you see the real nature of the jiva, when you understand that this is only an illusion, that there is some individual entity called Jiva in the Brahman, like the man in the pillar. The man was never there. It is only our imagination, it is only our illusion. Only the pillar was there. In the same way, Brahman only is there. The individual was never there. Based on that illusion, we celebrate our birthdays, we mourn for death anniversaries. That individual was never there. That individual only appears to be there. Jivita, jivasya tatvike rupe. When we understand this, when we understand the essence of the jiva or life is I, Brahman, tasmin drishte nivartate. That bhranti or that superimposition, that superimposing thought will go away when I contemplate and realize that I, that jiva, individual who is doing, who is enjoying, who is suffering, I, that jiva, is none other than the Brahman. In a monetary language, you say, I don't have any money, I am suffering, I am living in poverty, but my father is the king with so much of riches. I don't know that my father is a king, and I am just suffering as an individual who is not aware of my heredity or my glory, the glory of the family, glory of my father, because I am not aware. Under some circumstances, I don't have that thought. Once I am aware, then all my worries about poverty and suffering and being without food or without clothes or without shelter will go away, because I've realized that my father is a very rich person and whatever wealth I want is at my disposal. Tasmin drishte nivartate. When I look into that truth, when that individual, the jiva, looks into the truth that he is a supreme Brahman, he or she is a supreme Brahman, then that bhranti or that delusory thought will go away. तत्त्वस्वरूपानुभवात् उत्पन्नं ज्ञानमञ्जसाम् अहं ममेति चाज्ञानं बाधते दिग्भ्रमादिवत् तत्त्वस्वरूप अनुभवात्. When I experience the real nature of I, tattva, essence. Tattva means thatness. Who am I? I am thatness. Thatness of what? Thatness of Brahman. Tattva, Swarupa, Anubhavat. If I experience that, what will happen when I experience it? The moment I experience, Utpannam Jnana Manjasa. Jnana or consciousness will arise. Utpannam. It just manifests there. Anjasa, in a moment. The moment I realize the tattva, consciousness manifests. So I don't have a disturbing thought in my mind. I am filled with consciousness. Ritambhara tatra prajna. Ritam is that consciousness, the awareness, the light which is present within. Anjasa. Then what happens? Aham, when the consciousness arises, aham, mama, I and mine, cha, ajnanam. The root cause for these thoughts of I and mine is ajnana, means basically tamas. I don't know. That is the cause for this individual I and the collective mine, all the things. Ajnanam, badhate. That ajnanam will go away. When knowledge arises, ajnanam or darkness or I don't know thought goes away. How? Dik brahmadivat. The I don't know thought will not go away by sweeping. Like the darkness in the room will not go away by sweeping. The darkness in the room will not go away if I sit and do pranayama. The darkness in the room will not go away if I scold somebody or if I am blaming somebody. The darkness in the room will go away only if I show light. In the same way, I don't know thought That I don't know thought is a very steady thought. It is there inside us. Like the I thought plus don't know thought becomes the I don't know thought. I thought plus don't thought plus no thought. Three thoughts are there. Don't plus no becomes don't know, and I thought is supporting everything. I supports the don't, I supports the no. I is very equal to everything. This I plus don't plus no, three thoughts are, they don't go, that doesn't go easily. It is like, it is very powerful. These three thoughts, when they are together inside, whatever we do, whatever actions we do, how much ever we jump, how much ever we talk, how much ever we chant the Vedas, this I don't know thought is not going to go. But when will this I don't know thought go? When I show the light of the no thought, when there is consciousness, when there is a light of awareness, I don't know thought disappears. Aham mameti cha. When the I don't know thought goes away, I don't know the reality, that thought is not there, which means I know who I am. When that has come, that certainty has come, there is no I and mine. The other thoughts also go away. Aham, mama, iti, cha, ajnanam. I, mine, and the root cause of I and mine, which is ignorance. Badhate, that will get disturbed, that will get destroyed. Like Dik Brahmadivat. Dik Brahma means in every side, it is like something is coming towards me, some smoke is coming towards me. I just have one kind of a vacuum cleaner that just sucks up everything and everything stops after that. Dik Brahmadivat. Like all the, when I know the right direction, in Pondicherry it happens many times, I do not know why. I've been saying that to so many people. In Chennai, when I'm riding or driving, the roads are very clear for me, maybe because I know, I'm aware. So the roads are clear in Chennai, and I, whenever, whatever time I fix, I'm able to go. But here in Pondicherry, even Google Maps is confused, and even the rider is confused. If if it is not a really familiar place that you have to go to, you will be going round and round because all roads lead to the beach and everything is in one circle. But if I don't know the direction, if I don't know clearly, I will be going round and round. Where I have to reach 8 minutes, I might take 1 hour to reach because I'm just going round and round aimlessly without knowing with clarity. But when I clearly know for sure that this is a route, then all the illusions about the directions are gone from my mind. Um, I don't have any confusion about the directions. So being very clear about who am I can solve nearly all problems in our life. Guruji, Puja Guruji, Swami Tejomayananda ji says in Manas Shodhanam, very beautiful line, after he is explaining about what is ignorance, he says, Tasmada jnanamevatra sarvada dukkha karanam. Therefore, three dots, therefore, ajnanam eva, only ignorance for anything. Ignorance of medicine, ignorance of geography, ignorance of bus routes, ignorance of bus timings, ignorance of train timings, ignorance of a mobile number, ignorance of everything, many things. And basically, ignorance of who I am is a cause for all my sorrow. If I know who I am, sorrow has got no place in my life. Tasmat, therefore. Okay? So, everything is very clear with knowledge. That's the idea of the whole thing. Samyak Vijnanavan Yogi Swatmanyevakilam Jagat Ekam cha sarvamatmanam Ikshate Jnana Chakshusham. Samyak Vijnanavan. the yogi or the one who has got an integrated thought and feeling. The feeling of I and the thought of I is integrated in that person. The mind and the body are integrated and serve the intellect. The intellect is aware because of the quietness of the mind. There are no disturbing thoughts. The intellect does not have to handle any emergency situations outside the body. So it is focused within and there is realization. So that is a yogi. Vijnanavan, he knows clearly. With Jnanavan is one who has the information, who listens to the knowledge from the Guru, Jnanam. Vijnanam is when I apply that knowledge and that knowledge begins to work for me in my life. It is not enough to have knowledge. The knowledge should do work for us. The knowledge should work out for us. Otherwise, we will be working out everything in our life. Vijnanavan. Vijnanam is, I'll tell you what is Vijnanam. Vijnanam is knowing how to swim. Sitting, opening, swimming is never taught like this. Swimming and cycling or even car, okay. Car driving, because swimming and cycling are only given as hands-on experience. Nobody takes out a chart, shows the cycle, tells you have to sit on this, put your legs on either side, and then you should hold the handlebar, and then all that is not being taught as knowledge. Because something that we give a lot of importance to knowing something, the doing will never happen. That's the reason why even swimming also, no master will teach swimming to a student by showing the chart of water and the steps, how to climb down, how to hold your breath, and how to enter into the water. All that is not taught. Swimming, direct lessons. Cycling, direct lessons. You fall, sometimes you get under the water for some time, you gasp for breath, you come up, you learn how to dive. How do we learn to dive? We learn to dive by diving, by falling. There is a fear. We have to overcome that fear and jump and dive. And only then we will be able to learn it. So that is one way. The other way is car driving. In car driving, what do? They show you so many charts and maps and everything. You have to study theory. And then you have to sit in that baby car, in that doll car, in that driving room, in that driving school. And then the brake, clutch, brake, what is this called? Steering wheel. Clutch, brake, steering wheel, clutch, brake. We have to keep practicing with our legs in that baby car. And then first, when you sit, there will be another driver sitting next to you. He will have the clutch and brake. Everything will be operated by him only. We will imagine that we are doing it. It's just like Jiva and Ishvara. The Jiva is sitting there only. The clutch and brake and steering wheel is there. But everything will be done by the other trainer who sits next to us. We will drive, but any emergency situation will be handled by him. He will not allow us to think. So why did I say this? So Vijnanavan is, it is not enough if I sit in the doll car and know that this is a steering wheel, this is a clutch, and this is the brake, and this is the seat of the car, and these are the windows. I should put it into practice. I should sit in the real car. Even if I sit in the real car without petrol and I keep looking at everything, nothing is going to happen. I have to start the ignition. I have to start the car. I have to put the gear and I have to hold the steering wheel. I have to press the accelerator and then I have to press the clutch. I have to change the gear. I have to put the brake and I have to keep going. As I go, as I learn, that jnana becomes vijnana. Vijnana is the knowledge from within. Jnana is the knowledge that we receive. So in the same way, jnana about the self is knowledge. I am that Brahman. We learn from our teachers, masters, gurus, from books and the Upanishads. I am the Brahman. But when does it become vijnana? When I am practicing it every day, that knowledge in terms of studying, reading, meditation, all that I am doing, and I am doing my sadhana and purifying my mind. And then slowly, when there is a situation, somebody is coming and shouting at us. In that situation, that jnana Slowly, slowly, when it starts becoming Vijnana, we will not shout back. You will say, okay, let me see, let me handle the situation well, let me handle the situation quietly. And even then, we will handle it quietly. That Vijnana will not happen immediately, that the person who's shouting is Brahman may not happen immediately. We will handle the situation quietly. We will be more graceful than we were before by not fighting, shouting back, or arguing, or throwing temper tantrums and all that. We will not do all that. We will handle the situation. We might not have so much of knowledge. If that knowledge is complete, the situation itself will not come. If the situation has come, which means the knowledge is not complete. So we will handle it in such a way that we are much better than what we were before. That is because of this Vijnana. The Jnana has become Vijnana. And then again, when we sit back and we begin our contemplation again, oh wow, this person who shouted at me also is Brahman only. I am that consciousness, I am that Brahman. That person who shouted at me is Brahman. So, whatever he shouted at me is Anatma. All the situations that he spoke about, everything is not I. So, I really don't have to worry about anything. The thought will come in the deep sleep of seat of meditation. So, that is called Vijnana. So, Samyak Vijnanavan Yogi, a yogi with all practice and sadhana and contemplation and Guru Bhakti and Ishvara Bhakti and Atma Kripa, he becomes a Vijnanavan. What does he do? Swatmani eva akhilam jagat. He sees the whole world in one's own self. Meaning, when I say that person is Brahman and I am also Brahman, I am seeing that person in me. That's what it means. Swatmani eva akhilam jagat. Ekam cha sarvam atmanam ikshate jnana chakshusha. With his eye of wisdom, which means with that knowledge thought. It is not a reactionary thought. It is not an impulsive thought. It is not a delusory thought. It is a thought born out of contemplation and knowledge and meditation. And with that thought, ekam cha sarvam atmanam ikshate. He sees everybody as his own self. Ikshate. How does he see? Jnana chakshusha. We say somebody's third eye is open. There is no opening for third eye. It is always there. It is always open. We don't realize that is the third eye. What is the jnana chakshusha? The eye of knowledge. The eye of knowledge of the truth. Knowledge of consciousness. Knowledge of who I am. That is jnana chakshu. With that, when I see, I am able to experience a self in all. 48 verse. Atmaivedam jagat sarvam atmanonyanna vidyate mrido yadvadghatadini swatmanam sarvamikshate. Atma eva idam jagat sarvam. Everything in this universe is Atma, is I, is self. Atma means that letter I, which indicates this person. That same letter I indicates everything. Simple as that. Actually, it is very simple to understand, but since we have lived a very complicated life, it is complicated. What is simple to understand? If we just take the earth, I am standing on the earth. Somebody whom I hate is also standing on the earth. Somebody whom I love is also standing on the earth. The plant is also standing on the earth. The animal is also standing on the earth. The mountain is also standing on the earth. The river is also standing on the earth. The forest is also standing on the earth. All the countries and all the people of this world are also standing on this earth only. So that means Atma eva jagat sarvam atmanaha anya na vidyate. There is nothing else other than I. When I am also standing and I am I, that person is also standing, that person is also I, the mountain is also standing, the mountain is I, the river is also there and river is I. What is different from I in this world? There is nothing else that is different. Anya na vidyate. Mrido yadvat ghatadini. Like how the mud becomes a pot and all the cutlery items made out of mud, spoons, forks, anything that is made, all the porcelain plates, cups and saucers, everything is made out of that mud. Ghatadini swa atmanam sarvam ikshate. In the same way, I am that consciousness. That consciousness is filled in this body. That consciousness is filled in everything. That consciousness exists as sat, inert objects. It exists as life in all the living beings, and it exists as joy in all the living beings, where it is expressing as joy in inert objects also. There is a Sat Sri Aurobindo has said, very beautiful statement, I can't forget it. When the bow goes out of the arrow is joyfully going towards its target. It may not feel it, but when we see the speed of the arrow, what is actually going is joy, the experience of joy. Hair, it is not good, but secretly you just start cutting on your own, little bit from this side, then little bit from this side you cut, and then you put it out and see if it is equal. No, little bit you cut, little bit you cut. The more and more you start cutting the hair, the thicker and thicker the hair is there is a joy in that experience itself of cutting the hair. But I'm not asking you to try it. I'm just saying the experience of secret joy even in handling inert things is what I wanted to say. Mrido yadvat ghatadini swatmanam sarvamikshate. I experience myself in everybody. Jivan muktastu tad vidvan पूर्वोपाधि गुणां त्यजेत सच्चिदानंद रूपत्वात् भवेत् भ्रमरकीटवत्. Brahmara, the wasp which is there, the mother wasp will be there inside. What does the mother wasp do? The baby wasp is there inside that shell. There is only one hole in that shell. This baby wasp will try to come out of that hole. The mother will be putting its proboscis and then striking at it and pushing the baby wasp inside. Then the baby wasp will develop a lot of energy within, and finally what will happen, it will develop wings, it will break that mud shell and it will come out flying. In the same way, the Jivan Muktastu Tad Vidwan Purva Upadhi Gunams Tyajet. The Jivan Muktaha, the one who is free of all thoughts of desires, anxiety, stress, grief, sorrow, sleep, slumber, sloth, all those thoughts have gone. A Jivan Mukta is a person who does not have, according to the Jivan Mukti Viveka, Jivan Mukta is a person who does not have Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Only predominantly sattvic qualities are there. Jivan Mukta. Tad Vidwana, that knowledgeable person who is a Jivan Mukta, who knows the truth of the self, reality. Purva Upadhi Gunams Tyajet. He gives up all the qualities of the equipment of the Purva Upadhis, means the mind and the intellect, and the body. The qualities of the mind, intellect, and body are given up by the Jivan Mukta. Excuse me. Then, why does he give it up? He realized that I am Satchit Ananda. I am that Sat. I am reality. Don't go outside to search for truth. Don't go outside to search for reality. Outside means outside of this body, mind and intellect complex. We don't need to leave this home at all to go outside to search for the truth. Sat, Chit. What is conscious of that Sat is Chit. Chit is knowledge. And then Ananda. Ananda means bliss. Sachit Ananda Rupatvat. Bhavet. That Jivan Muktaha. Bhavet Brahmara Kitavat. He leaves the shell of this body like that wasp which just gains strength within by contemplating on its own self. It is looking at the mother with the wings, and this baby is looking up, seeing that mother with that wings, and then finally it develops wings and it flies. In the same way, the Jivan Muktaha, or the subtle body, which is going on contemplating, looking at that Ishvara, looking at that supreme truth, the Guru, the Master who have realized it, going on looking at that, the subtle body develops that wings with which, when the gross body drops, it just flies away, realizing that it is that Brahman. There is nothing different between me and the Brahman. Yogi. Then what happens to that person? Tirtva moharnavam hatvam ragadveshadi rakshasan yogi shanti samayuktaha atma ramo virajate tirtva. This person, this yogi is the one who is a very well integrated person, a krita upasti, the one who has done good upasana and quieted the mind, tamed the mind, ironed the mind, polished the mind, made the body and the mind cooperative to the intellect. Tirtva, such a person, tirtva, he will cross. What will he cross? Moha arnavam. He will cross the the ocean of delusion. Hatva, he will destroy. What will he do? Raga dveshadi rakshasan. He will destroy the demons inside him, the demons of attachment and hatred. Love means attachment, asakti, attachment to objects of our senses, sense pleasures. Raga dveshadi rakshasan hatva. This yogi destroys those rakshasas. How do you destroy them? By not getting attracted by anything, by not withdrawing from anything. No raga, no dvesha. Then other things are bhaya, no bhaya also. Yogi. Then what happens to that yogi? Shanti samayuktaha. That yogi becomes very peaceful. Why there is shanti? There are no thoughts rising in the mind. There are no anxious thoughts. There are no worrisome thoughts. There are no jumping thoughts. Shanti samayuktaha. And how does he live? Atma ramo virajate. He is just living in himself. Atma means I. Rama means reveling in the bliss of I. Virajate. And in that revelation, he shines. Virajate means the consciousness expressing through the mind and the body. Through the body, it expresses as beauty, harmony, good health, and efficiency, proficiency, capability. Through the mind, it expresses as good emotions, good feelings, and through the intellect, it expresses as beautiful thoughts. Atma Ramo Virajate. Such a person continues to live in this world, expressing beauty, Vasantavat Loka Hitam Charantaha. They are the great masters who move around this world like a spring, they are existing for the welfare of other people. Wherever they go, there is peace and there is harmony. We will continue tomorrow. Om, 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 Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Harihi Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om, Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, Hare Namah Parvati Pataye, Har Har Mahadeva, Hari Om.